What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so I'm really excited to do this video today, and actually I'm gonna be doing this video over the next week because I am doing this channel's first ever challenge, and that challenge is the $1 a day challenge. So what I'm going to be doing specifically is I'm going to go to the grocery store, and I'm gonna give myself a budget of $7, and I'm only gonna charge $7 to my credit card for groceries for the entire week. And everything that I buy at that grocery store within my $7 budget is all I have for the next 7 days to eat indefinitely. So I know what you guys are thinking. Why would I put myself through this kind of torture? And the reason for that, honestly, is because, well, my client, Vince, that I've been working for, I have clients beneath him, sub-clients, and one of those sub-clients works with 2 charities. She's actually the founder of these charities, and they help the impoverished people of Kenya. And when I started studying and really learning about the poverty within Kenya, it blew my mind because yes, poverty exists here in the United States, but the poverty that exists here is not at the extreme level that it exists in Kenya or other third world countries. And so by doing my own research, I found out that 1 billion people live on $1 a day for food, which is kind of crazy to think about it. I mean, think about how many people go through a Starbucks drive-thru and spend $5 or $6 or maybe even $7 on a cup of coffee or some specialty drink. And yet 1 billion people, that's 1 out of 8 people, 1/8 of the world, eats for only $1 a day. And for me, I've been relatively privileged my entire life. I grew up in a upper middle class family, or sometimes when I spent time over with my mom, she was over in either like the impoverished class or the lower middle class. But even when I went to a household that was of less money, it wasn't like I starved. We got assistance from our government. We got food stamps. But for people in Kenya, they don't get anything. If they don't have the money to eat, they just simply don't eat. So, in order to get myself to understand what these people are going through, I'll be heading to the grocery store with my $7. I'll be taking you guys along with me, and let's see what I can find, and let's see if I can actually feed myself for $7 a week. But before we go to the grocery store, there is one thing that I gotta be completely transparent and honest with you about. This $7 budget is for me. I will be spending more money on food because I have a 1-year-old daughter, and she is going to continuously get all the organic, grass-fed, like most humane food ever because I'm just that kind of parent. So this budget only applies to what's going in my mouth, not hers. And one other thing that I just figured I'd be completely transparent about. This budget, this $7 budget, encompasses everything that I'm going to eat and drink. So speaking of what I'm going to drink, tap water, that does not count towards my budget whatsoever because it's free. I get it from the tap. The other thing that does technically count towards my budget, but I'm going to let it slide, is coffee. I have been drinking coffee every single day since I was 8 years old. I'm 24 now. This is 16, almost 17 years in the making. Yes, I have a caffeine addiction. Yes, I love coffee. I'm already gonna be putting myself through torture by going through this most likely incredibly bland, cheap, horrible diet for a week. I will not put myself through caffeine withdrawals and suffer that as well. So that is my one exception, or my 2 exceptions: tap water and coffee. I'll be drinking as much as that, but I will cut out soda, fruit juices, anything like that. If it doesn't fit in my budget, I'm not having it. So with those 2 exceptions in mind, let's go to the store. Okay, so while I'm driving, I figured I'd just pull out my phone and talk about my strategy here. So I'm going to go to Walmart, and the reason why I'm gonna go to Walmart is just simply because it is the cheapest grocery store that I can think of. Out of all the big chain stores, Walmart, Target, Smith's, Albertsons, all that stuff we have here in Albuquerque, Walmart is the cheapest. I know for sure we will definitely not be shopping at Whole Foods because I'd be able to buy one thing and that would be my entire budget gone. So Whole Foods is out, Walmart is in. Also, we do live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Emphasis on the Mexico part. We have a very high Latino population in this state. And because of that, we have some fairly cheap grocery stores such as El Mesquite and El Super. But I have been to those grocery stores before to compare prices, and overall it seems that Walmart has just by far the most unbeatable prices. So we are going to Walmart, and that is the type of food that we're gonna shop at. It's just nice cheap stuff at Walmart. All right guys, so I have made it to my local Walmart, and so I just kind of want to talk about what grocery items I really want to get. So I'm really trying to do this as healthy as I possibly can, and I'm just trying to like basically make it like a normal diet. So I'm gonna have a protein, and I'm gonna center everything else I eat around that protein. So because I only have $7, I think I'm gonna have to go with a very cheap protein source. Like I'm probably gonna get some like dried beans, and that's gonna be my main protein source. I'm also gonna see if I can get about a dozen eggs. And then in regards to vegetables, I'm hoping that I can find like a bag of just like frozen mixed veggies for fairly cheap. And then lastly, rice as well for a good carbohydrate. So some dehydrated rice, and maybe, if the budget can fit it, maybe like some tortillas or something, so that I can make burritos with the egg and with the rice and the beans, and we can see from there. But I'm not gonna really be able to put any condiments on there like Tabasco, or here in New Mexico we put green chili. That's probably not gonna be able to make it in the budget. So most likely I'm just gonna have to like season it with just condiments from like McDonald's. I can walk into McDonald's and grab some ketchup packets for free, some salt and pepper packets. So that's what I'm gonna try and do, and hopefully everything that I get can fit within the $7 budget. So we're gonna head on into Walmart and we're gonna see what we can find. Okay, so I think the proteins are by far the most important thing. So I'm here into the dehydrated bean section, and it looks like the cheapest beans I can get are right here. It is this little 1 pound bag of black beans. It is the Great Value brand. So we got that. And also, right next to the black beans, there is a 1 pound bag of brown rice for 78 cents. So far we're doing good. We still have most of the budget left. Next, we're gonna go see if we can get some eggs, some really cheap eggs. Okay, continuing on with the protein sources, we are going to go ahead and grab some eggs here. And these are fairly cheap eggs. They're only $1.28 for a dozen. So, yep, they are all good. None of the eggs seem to be cracked, so these are the ones that we're gonna get for $1.28. Okay guys, so far we are doing good. We are only $3.20 into the budget, and we already got rice, beans, and 12 eggs, 1 dozen. So we still got quite some money left, but I'm still not done with the shopping haul. We need to do vegetables. I'm gonna go grab those frozen vegetables. I'm gonna see if I can afford some tortillas, and then if there's money left over, I might save it, and that could be like my emergency budget, or I might continue shopping with it. We'll see. Okay, we are in the frozen vegetable section, and it looks like I can get one bag, a 12-ounce bag of mixed vegetables, peas, carrots, green beans, no, just carrots, green beans, corn, and peas for 84 cents. It's not much, but it looks like it might be enough to ration. So after this, it's on to go get some tortillas. Okay, so far after grabbing the beans, the eggs, the vegetables, and the rice, we've only spent $4.04. And here is a package of 30 corn tortillas for only $1.68. Read it and weep, guys. Right there at the bottom, it says $5.72. I can't believe I actually came under budget, so I have $1.28 left, and this is what we got. We're gonna do the haul right here in the car because my house is a little bit messy and I gotta clean it before I film. So yeah. Anyways, here we go. Eggs, $1.28 for a dozen eggs. Mixed veggies, 12 ounces of mixed veggies for 84 cents. 1 pound brown rice and 1 pound of black beans and 30 tortillas, all for $5.72. So I'm pretty excited. Now I know that this is gonna be a pretty bland diet, so I'm gonna need things like salt, pepper, ketchup, all that stuff, but that's no big deal. I can head over to McDonald's. I can totally grab that stuff for free. I just think that it's gonna get real tiring for me just eating all this stuff, just nonstop, the same old boring stuff. But you know what? That's part of the challenge, guys. I gotta suffer a little bit. And what's kind of crazy to think about is, you know, this is actually a realistic budget that 1 billion people actually live off of. You know, people actually eat like this for a whole week. Now, I haven't even really gotten a chance to experience the pain yet, but at the same time, I'm feeling pretty good. I think that this is actually a decent challenge. Hi.
So what are you doing again?
So it is a $1 a day food challenge to where I spent $7 at Walmart and that's all I can eat for the next 7 days.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's just beans, rice, and tortillas,
God.
and it's bland. So I figured maybe you could help out.
Yeah, okay, well, I put it like, do you want like any sauces? Like we have ranch, barbecue, but I don't know if that's...
That's allowed as long as it's free.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, perfect, cool. I appreciate it.
Cool.
Thank you so much, you saved my life.
Yeah,
Thank you, have a good one. Okay, I figured I'd just pull over and thank the very nice McDonald's lady for the bounty that she just gave us. Like, oh my God, there's so much stuff. Let's just dump everything that she gave me out right there. Look at that. Barbecue sauce, ketchup, salt, pepper. What is that? Sweet and sour. Oh my God. Ranch. Guys, we got it made. So after I got home from McDonald's, I figured it would be a wonderful idea to try and strategize just exactly how I'm going to get through my hunger. And sure enough, within a matter of hours, I was hungry. So I cooked up half of the rice and the beans. And sure enough, what you see here is all the rice and the beans that I have for the next 3 days. It was also a great time to make my first meal, just rice, beans, egg, and roasted tortillas with salt, pepper, and barbecue sauce that I got from McDonald's. Honestly, that's actually not bad. It's a little bland, but I got a little bit more salt and pepper to that. Now, here's the tortillas with the rice, the beans, and the barbecue sauce. No egg. That's actually really weird, but it's also really good. So far I'm happy with this challenge. I know this will keep me full for most of the night. But the issue is I stay up late till about 11:30 midnight, and I'm a big midnight snacker. So getting through the rest of the tonight is going to be a challenge for sure. So I figured that I'd provide a quick update. This is the second day, and it's actually pretty rough. This is my first meal right here. It's just eggs, rice, beans, and tortillas. But it's around 5 o'clock and I haven't eaten anything today. I've been busy all day and I've just put off eating. But this might actually be a good strategy because I was able to take everything I was going to eat throughout the entire day and put it in one giant sitting. So hopefully that this will keep me full. And then another thing that I realized was that the majority of my diet, there's hardly any fats in here. The only fats is really like from the egg yolk. But I did find in our bounty from McDonald's, there is a thing of ranch, which is loaded with fat. So I was gonna kind of pour that all over this. I don't necessarily know if that would make it taste good, but it would allow me, my body to have the fats, and at the same time, it might help keep me a little bit fuller. And then just an update about the challenge in general. The challenge has been crazy because I've been out and about, even with a buddy of mine, and just how I normally think, I'd go, oh, you know what, I'm hungry, let's go ahead and stop at Subway. And there are times where we actually almost stop at Subway, and I go, oh wait, the challenge, I can't eat, I can't eat Subway. And it's just weird to think that, it's hard to get myself in the mindset that this is all that I have to eat. And it's really starting to come into my mind that, people live like this every single day. I mean, for me, I have the option that I can go and eat something, but for many others, they don't. They have to ration what they got. So this is what I have for the night. So I'm going to smother this in ranch and I will check in later. I fucked up. So turns out that this challenge only lasted a total of 5 days and not the full 7 like I planned. And that's completely my fault. My best friend Thomas, who you guys have seen on the channel before, his wedding was this weekend, and this challenge was supposed to go from November 9th, 2020 through November 15th, 2020. However, I completely forgot about the wedding. Not like that I forgot that it existed, but this challenge and the fact that the wedding existed, those two thoughts weren't going through my head when I decided to start this challenge. So on the 13th, I drove up to Taos, which is 2.5 hours here from Albuquerque, and we had the wedding rehearsal, and there was food that was provided to us, is basically catered to us. And then the actual wedding day, Saturday the 14th, same thing, there was food provided to us. It was, you know, the wedding, and because I was best man at the wedding and Thomas is literally my good friend going on now 11 years ago, I was not going to be that person who goes, yeah, hey, appreciate, you know, you gave me the honor to be your best man, and I appreciate this wedding and I love how beautiful it is, but I'm gonna pass on eating the food that you paid for to be catered to all your guests. I mean, that would just be incredibly rude of me. So unfortunately, the challenge, it did take a break on the 13th and the 14th, but on the 15th, when I woke up in Taos and drove home, the challenge took place. I basically fasted for that day and ate the leftover beans and the rice that I had. And I didn't have a chance to dip into our emergency budget. It was $1.28. I was actually planning on using that to go buy some peanut butter, and I was gonna try and snack on that throughout the night. But really, just to sum it all up, this challenge has, even though that it was cut short by 2 days, it was definitely an eye-opener, because really I only have one giant plate of food every single day, and that giant plate of food didn't even encompass the entire, the My Plate the government has. You know, there was no fruits involved in that diet whatsoever, so I'm sure I was lacking some vitamins and minerals because I didn't have any fruit. And then on top of that, I actually did add it up. In total, the amount of calories that I had was not really enough to sustain me after rationing it out. If I were to ration out for the full 7 days, each day's worth of calories wasn't even 900 calories. And for me, my basal metabolic rate's 2,000. So I would definitely be at a calorie deficit, and this diet was nowhere near sustainable at all. And going back to what I said at the start of this video, is that 1 out of every 8 people actually live like this. That's a total of 1 billion people, or 1/8 of the entire human population eats for $1 a day. And that really is quite sad. And even though that I only did 5 out of the 7 days of this challenge, it was still definitely an eye-opener. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and contribute $50 to a charity that helps combat global hunger. And if you guys want to do it, go ahead and do the same. Donate anything that you think is fair, or anything that you are able to give. The link to the charity that I donated to is listed in the description below. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found any value from this video whatsoever, or if you thought it was entertaining, make sure you please give it one of these. Just a simple like really does help this YouTube channel grow. It really helps the YouTube algorithm push this video to more people, and that's really what I want to do. Is I just want to grow this channel. And let me know if you guys want to see more challenges, and hopefully I will make sure, I will double check, I will triple check that I don't have any crazy thing already planned when I go ahead and accept a challenge, so that way we can complete a challenge in its entirety. But at the end of the day, if I do mess up in a challenge, I want to be completely transparent and honest with you guys. But that is it. I had so much fun making this video, and if you guys want to see more content like this, just let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.